Welcome to Can Meet Theater.
I dreamt last night the moon was so bright it melted the world away. And it wasn't alarming when I saw Prince Charming come into my bedroom and say,
"Let me persuade you to come to the place where tomorrow meets today."
"Ooh, thank you. It sounds very exciting."
Please be advised, Can Meet Theater would like listeners to know that we adhere to the highest ethical standards. We only use human actors who are locally sourced and organically grown. And when their time with us is over, they go live on a farm. The writers, well, that's another story. Enjoy the show.
Hey, lady, your apron is showing.
Better get her into the kitchen quick.
Welcome to the 25th Annual World Makeup Challenge Finals. I'm Matt Finish.
And I'm Pearl Shine. Thanks for joining us here at Verizon Stadium.
We're almost ready to check out the artistry of today's competitors.
That's right, Matt. Today we'll be watching the main event, the short-form classic Everyday Look with a head-to-head face-off between this year's two top artists.
Pearl, the classic Everyday Look has been a strength for both of these competitors. And with their scores so close already, either one of them could grab the gold today.
And here comes number 33 now. From LA, California, Lauren Lorenz takes her place at the West Mirrors.
Still fairly new to the game, Lauren's been a consistently strong performer, doing it all from natural to glam to experimental.
That's right, and she's poised and ready, just waiting for that starting bell.
And we have Sheena at the East Mirrors, following four-time champion Mackenzie McKenna. And here we go!
Lauren starting with the homemade moisturizer as her base. It really works beautifully in concert with the super lightweight concealer and foundation she's chosen.
A good, seamless start. Very important. Okay, here goes the shadow base.
I like that choice for her skin tone.
And here goes the liner. For the classic round, the judges don't want special effects. It might be hard for Lauren to keep a light hand here. And she does it flawlessly. Just a hint and perfect symmetry.
Going on to mascara. Nice job on the right eye.
She's super fast. Both lashes looking good, no spills, no errors, and great separation.
Let's check in with her competitor as we take it live now to Sheena at the East Mirror with Mackenzie McKenna.
Pearl, Mackenzie's off to a great start with a fabulous organic moisturizer. There have been some questions about the ingredients, but it's been tested and cleared by the committee.
She's certainly got experience being a four-time champion, though it's important to point out those wins were a while ago.
No doubt, and with Lauren really coming into her own as well as having the advantage of age here, Mackenzie's got to be on top of her game. How's it going, Sheena?
We're into the mascara application. Especially important for Mackenzie. With red lashes, she's always had to work harder here.
It's really easy to spot an error.
Right side's applied. Now the second coat. And she's got it! Nice, steady hand. Going to the left eye. Oh, a miss and a blink. This is going to cost her, but she's quick with a cotton swab and moving on to the blush.
As long as she doesn't go for the lash comb, she might be all right, but she really needs to pull off a more natural eye.
Most would say it's a better choice given her age, though the judges do like to see some liner applied.
That's right, Matt. It's a 5-point deduction if she doesn't.
But she looks great. It's impressive to watch her against the new girls half her age.
Speaking of which, it's sad that Mickey Marks was disqualified this year.
Also a four-time champion and one who really helped bring respect to the game. Unfortunately, a long-time user of Latisse.
It's only been the past few years that it's been listed as a disqualifier.
You really have to keep up with the medical advances and ruling changes.
Lorenz is done with the lip liner and creates a perfect lip in a nice subdued rose.
And there's the bell!
Well, that went fast. Scoring coming up.
Oh, and there's that low mark for when McKenna's mascara slip.
Not surprising coming from the French judge. Always hard on a returning champion.
It might hurt her overall, but it's definitely going to be close.
We're just waiting for all the scoring to be tallied now.
Big thanks to Dermagard for being our sponsor this week. Deep care for the skin you're in.
Scores are coming up.
And Lorenz ends McKenna's run! We have a new makeup champion! Congratulations to Lauren Lorenz! results of the full competition, interviews, and makeup tips coming up after the break.
The 25th Annual World Cosmetic Challenge has been brought to you by Revline. We'll be right back after these messages.
Just like a man, you give him a break, and you end up in the kitchen baking a cake.
Hello, and welcome to Better Mental Health Today. I am your host, Dr. Betty Better Every Day Johnson. Today we'll be looking at a controversial phenomenon that's sweeping the nation. As real estate prices have risen dramatically in the past few years, many people feel that the American dream of owning a home in a good neighborhood is getting farther and farther out of reach. And this has led to some homeowners to engage in what many are calling extreme behavior. We're talking today with Jan from Florida.
I always wanted to live in the town of Everwood Heights. When I was a kid, I was always jealous of my friends who lived there. I always dreamed someday I'd be able to afford a house there. And the really sad thing is I could have before 2020. But when I was finally ready to buy, there was no way I could afford it.
For most, it simply would have been a disappointment, something to just move on from. But for Jan, it was more than that.
So I settled for moving into Hi-Ho Estates, which is right near Everwood Heights, but it's in an unincorporated area. The thing is, it's the same zip code.
And that's when you started to have these feelings.
I just didn't feel like I belonged in Hi-Ho Estates. I knew deep in my heart that I belonged in Everwood Heights.
So what did you do then?
I just started telling everyone I lived in Everwood Heights.
It seemed innocent enough, a slight geographical distinction. A little white lie, just expressing the aspirations of a typical middle-class homeowner. But soon, it turned into something more.
I went to get a library card at the Everwood Heights Library, but they said I wasn't a resident. I told them to look at the zip code, but they said that didn't matter. I couldn't believe it. I'm afraid I made quite a scene and had to be removed by the police. I'm sure they'll never let me in now.
At this point, it was clear. Jan was suffering from what is now known as neighborhood dysphoria. Here's Jan's longtime friend, Melissa.
Jan and I have been friends for years, but after she moved to Hi-Ho Estates, she changed. She was irritable and short with people, and she insisted on saying she lived in Everwood Heights. She'd even go on about the town council elections there, even when we pointed out she couldn't vote in them. After a while, it really strained our friendship, and a lot of people stopped hanging out with her. Looking back, though, I had no idea what she's been struggling with.
That's when I had to make the decision to come out as trans neighborhood.
Jan's decision to come out and join the trans neighborhood community would be one that would have a tremendous impact on her life and the lives of those around her.
It wasn't easy for my family to accept. There's a lot of strong emotions around this, but I'm grateful that my family has chosen to support me. My mom says I will always be their child, no matter what HOA I belong to. Not everyone is that fortunate.
I still think it's pretty weird, but, you know, Jan's my friend and I want to support her. And the hate she gets from some people is just terrible.
The trans neighborhood phenomenon is controversial, and many people refuse to accept their legitimacy. Here's Everwood Heights Town Councilman Fred Derflinger.
The people I represent worked hard to afford the homes they have, or they inherited them from their parents. Anyway, the point is that you just can't say you live here when you don't. Just because you have your mail sent to the same place to get sorted as us doesn't mean you get to say you're a resident. Now, I know it's not popular to say, but these people are freaks. They need psychiatric help, not our library cards.
The scientific community is split on the subject of neighborhood dysphoria and trans neighborhood phenomenon. For now, People like Jan will face an uphill battle to be accepted.
I just want people to know I'm not their enemy. I don't want to ruin your town or lower your property values. I just want to be who I truly am, a proud trans neighborhood resident of Everwood Heights.
If you or someone you love is suffering from the symptoms of neighborhood dysphoria, please contact a licensed mental health professional or a licensed real estate broker. This has been Better Mental Health Today with Dr. Betty Johnson. Getting better every day. We'll see you next week.
But this was a kitchen like none I'd seen. Put a card in the slot, and onto the screen pops a picture of just how your dish will look, plus all the ingredients you need to cook.
Welcome to Cold Case Diaries with me, Amanda, a podcast dedicated to solving cold cases. Before we begin, allow me to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Amanda Bennett, and I'm a recent mother on maternity leave from being an HR representative at Carter Wilson Paper Products. I've been listening to true crime podcasts since I was in college, and I figured now was the perfect time to start my own. Oh, shit, the laundry's done. I'll take care of it later. Better remember to edit all of this out. My first case takes place in Los Angeles, California. It was 1999, and a young screenwriter, Wayne Blatsky, had just moved from rural Georgia into a one-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles. The young man was doing what hundreds of young dreamers do, to try and make it in the City of Angels. However, on the night of April 12th, 1999, Wayne would be found brutally murdered on his kitchen floor. I'm now speaking to retired detective Charlie Jones about the case over Zoom. I want to thank you for doing this interview, Detective Jones.
Yeah, well, this is my first interview.
Well, this is my first podcast episode.
Oh?
What do you remember about the Blatsky case?
I'll never forget the sheer brutality of that crime scene. That poor young man's throat had been cut in half. His head was almost severed. What was that?
Sorry, my son just burped. I'm gonna have to put him down for a nap. We'll be right back after this message. Oh, by the way, this is my cousin Shane's business, so please support him.
Are you a professional wrestling fan looking for love? Well, join Ringside Romance, a dating site for professional wrestling fans. Ladies get 50% off because so far it's a damn sausage fest on there.
And we're back with Detective Charlie Jones. So, Detective, did you have a suspect in this murder?
Well, when we looked into this kid, he had no connections to anyone because he'd only lived here in Los Angeles for a few weeks, but the only friend he had was a cat. What, was that a sound effect?
No, sorry. That was my cat, Bundy. Go on, Bundy, go, I'll feed you later. Oh, darn it, I'll need to edit that out too. So, did you look into Wayne's past?
Yeah, and this kid had never had even so much as a jaywalking ticket. I mean, he was a real nerd.
How was he making ends meet?
His folks sent him some money, but he was looking into getting a job waiting tables at Spago's restaurant. Yeah, this was 1999, mind you, and Uber didn't exist in those days.
I see. You did have a person of interest in the case, an agent named Lilith Queen. Why did you suspect her?
Well, she was the closest thing he had to an associate here in Los Angeles.
And did you uncover something interesting about Mrs. Queen's agency?
She was not running what you would call a reputable business. Mr. Blatsky had a meeting with Miss Queen a week before he was murdered. A meeting he paid $3,000 for.
Ooh, that seems a bit expensive.
It was, but a lot of so-called agents charge people to have meetings and review their work.
Did you speak to Mrs. Queen?
Yes, and she had an alibi for the night of the murder. Both she and her husband, a B-movie action star that goes by the name of Rock Solid, were at one of Cher's many farewell concerts. Have you ever seen one of his movies, man? They are bad.
But even though she had this alibi, the rumors took off, didn't they?
It's not something I like to discuss too much, but yeah, some rookie on the scene let it slip that somebody removed a screenplay from a 3-ring binder in Wayne's apartment. But once that got out to the press, all of a sudden this theory about the stolen screenplay took off.
If you were around back then, you would know 1999 was a big year for movies. Could one of these have been written by Wayne Blatsky and stolen from his apartment?
Well, the press kept coming up with all sorts of ideas about the screenplay that was stolen and became a hit. Everything from The Matrix, The Sixth Sense, 10 Things I Hate About You, and even Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
Oops. Well, my son is awake, so I'm gonna have to go. Tune in next time for more on the stolen screenplay murder.
I bet my wife does not miss those days.
Yeah. Thank you for your time, Detective Jones.
You're welcome.
So I'll edit that out too. Thank you for listening to my podcast, and I'll see you next time. Have a pleasant evening.
No need for the bride to feel tragic. The rest is push-button magic. So whether you bake or broil or stew, the Frigidaire kitchen does it all for you.
Are your shelves disheveled? Cabinets cluttered? Storage space out of place? You need shelf help with Shari Phelps. Hello, busy people. After a frightening experience last time at the very large pantry in my friend's beautiful but apparently demonically possessed house, I started thinking about smaller scale organizational projects. This one's especially for you ladies, organizing that portable abyss of personal effects. I'm talking about your purse. Today I'm helping my dear Aunt Beryl, who's suffering from a shoulder injury, but also suffering from a very disorganized shoulder bag. Let's see what's inside. We have a wallet, very necessary. We'll put that in the keep pile. Lipstick, lip balm, hand lotion, the 3 L's as I like to say. A comb, pens, a small notepad, keys, and a pack of tissues. All practical but small items that would be so much easier to find with the use of a simple multi-pocket handbag organizer. You can find those everywhere, in a wide variety of colors and patterns. What else? A pair of sunglasses. Now these should definitely be in a case to protect them from damage. Pain reliever, a nail file, oh, and some prescription medication. I hope she doesn't need that today. Oh, here's some more medications. That's certainly a lot of pills. A pill case could help limit how much space is needed in your bag. With so many beautiful cases out there, from sleek modern to antique, you don't have to settle for those clunky plastic ones you see at the pharmacy counter. Well, here's more pills. And another wallet? Oh, whose could that be? That's strange. All of these IDs have Beryl's picture, but completely different names and addresses. This one says Maria Lopez. Oh, Aunt Beryl, you don't look like a Maria Lopez. And this? I believe this is... Yes, a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Easy. A smart choice for an older person who might want something a little easier to handle, but not a great choice to have rolling around your vintage Coach bag. If you do choose to carry a piece, a holster will keep it handy while not putting so much weight on your shoulder. Maybe that's why she's having surgery. Silly Aunt Beryl. Remember to clean out your bag frequently to check for unnecessary items, important papers that you might have forgotten about, or unwrapped sticky candy. Keep your smaller necessities neatly tucked into the pockets of a handbag insert, and you'll be able to find everything, even your keys, in a jiffy. Oh my goodness, it seems I've grazed my leg. Well, seems I'm off to the hospital now too. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, an organized space is a happier place.
Don't have to be chained to the stove all day. Just set the timer and you're on your way.
And now, CMT Comics presents The Neighborhood Watch with Blue Suede and Lasso Girl.
Lasso Girl, are you ready? The mayor said we should get there by 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I just need to refill this prescription. I'll be just a sec.
Can you call on the way?
Please say or enter the prescription number.
3469827-06224.
And the first 3 letters of the patient's last
A-N-D.
Thank you. One moment.
Sounds like they switched to a new system again.
I think the mayor's going to announce a new safety program.
That sounds exciting.
And I think he's going to offer us jobs running it.
Like full-time, with benefits?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Representative.
That was 3469827-0, right?
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Representative.
They respond better to pharmacy staff member.
Oh, right.
And the last name is Wright, is that correct?
Pharmacy staff member.
All right, I'll get someone who can help you.
Maybe try a mail order pharmacy?
So you really think the mayor wants us on staff, not on call?
He's been dropping hints.
If we work for the city, but then we see a random crime on the street.
Oh, yeah. And someone calls us for help.
Are we gonna need them to fill out a requisition form and get it approved first?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
I need to refill a prescription?
Certainly. Do you have the prescription number?
Yes, 3469827-06224.
Diane Anderson?
Yes.
I'm sorry, your insurance company switched to the mail order only. You'll need to order through the FastMed app.
My doctor called in a 12-month supply to you, but now I have to order it through a new company and have it shipped to me?
Fortunately, yes.
What if I don't want to do that?
You can have it shipped here.
So I have to call another company and fill out forms just to pick it up where I used to?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry. Thanks again for your patience.
Can we go now?
Would the fine for pharmaceutical theft be cheaper than my meds?
Then I'd have to catch and arrest you. It'd be so awkward. Besides, maybe the city has a better pharmacy plan.
Good point. Let's go.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Tick tock, tick tock. I'm free to have fun around the clock.
Hello, this is Art Cox. I'll be out of the office this week attending the annual Florida Mayor's Conference in Orlando. Please contact Dana Carter if you have any planning and zoning questions. Oh, and for the last time, this is not the number for Mistress Nightshade's dungeon. Please don't leave any more messages for the mistress. They are very disturbing to the staff. Thank you. Hi, Mom. Yeah, Mom, I know I didn't call you when I first got to Orlando. I've been busy all day. Well, I've been busy going to the meetings the mayor is too busy to go to. Well, he and the other mayors are busy doing what they always do at these conventions, getting drunk and making asses of themselves at the hotel bar. Yes, this convention is taking place at a very nice hotel here in Orlando. Real nice. I mean, I couldn't afford to stay here. No, it hasn't been a waste of time, Mom. I've made a lot of contacts here, otherwise I would have driven home hours ago. No, I haven't been offered a six-figure consulting job yet, but I've met the people who hire those people, so... Yes, Mom, I know Orlando has a higher crime rate than Bellevue Beach. It is a larger city, after all. Yes, I'm being very cautious, and you'll be glad to know I haven't been raped or murdered since I got here. I'm not making fun of you, Mom, but there is nothing to worry about. I'm a grown man, and I'll be fine. I'm attending a lecture about how to lessen city traffic issues. Yeah. The gentleman giving the lecture is from the Netherlands. Okay, Ma, I have to go now. Okay. Where is Conference Hall 316?
Excuse me.
Oh, Mr. Mayor.
Where are you headed?
I'm on my way to the lecture on alternative transportation.
Oh, good. I'll come with you.
Is something wrong, sir?
Well, hell no. Well, there may have been a misunderstanding with a cocktail waitress.
Sir.
That's why I was hiding in the men's room. I would have stayed in there too, but somebody took a shit in there you would not believe.
Why don't you come to the lecture hall with me?
Good man. Hey, if you see an angry cocktail waitress with red hair, big, walking around here, hide me.
Yes, sir.
Do they serve drinks during these damn things?
No, sir. They only serve drinks in the bar. With the cocktail waitresses.
Okay, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Saul Heyman, and I would like to welcome you all to the 2024 Florida Mayor's Convention. I would like to remind you all that this year's slogan for the mayors of Florida, what do we do now? And allow me to introduce you all to a young man all the way from Amsterdam, Johan Vandermeer. Good evening, good people of Orlando, Florida. And I'm proud to say, your state is not as bad as people say.
What do you mean by that?
I have been working for the city of Amsterdam for over 10 years. And the first thing I learned to lessen traffic is to drive fewer cars. And no country drives more than the United States.
What's he trying to say?
And of course, with all that driving, that is what makes you Americans the fattest people in the world.
Hey!
Don't mind him, sir. He's just trying
Who
to,
are you? How dare you say such things about our country?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Mr. Mayor, please sit down.
You want to step outside? Because I would be more than happy to kick your Nazi ass all the way back to Germany.
Sir, I am not a Nazi. I am a transportation specialist. And I'm not from Germany. I am from Amsterdam, in the Netherlands.
Amsterdam? Now, wait a minute. Aren't hookers legal in Amsterdam?
You mean sex workers? Yeah, this is true, but that doesn't have anything to do with traffic.
Did you folks hear that? This guy wants us to stop driving cars but fill our streets with hookers.
Mr. Mayor, sir, you need to calm down. This is getting out of hand.
This person is a mayor?
Did you say something about my mama?
I didn't say anything about you.
Kiss my ass.
Oh, crazy fat American vodka.
Shit, sorry.
I need security now. Roman? Sir, are you okay?
I'm okay. Just don't tell my mother she was right.
The kitchen of tomorrow is calling me. My cake is ready.
Tonight's episode was written by Wayne Cothran, Jennifer Callison, and Doug McDowell, and featured the voices of Lisa Acebo, Jennifer Coe, Tony Deckers, Jeffrey S. Herman, Jennifer Callison, Michael F. Lewis, Lillian McGinnis, Doug McDowell, Jackson Powers, Jonathan Stoffel, Rachel Tillman, and Sarah Zavala. And have a pleasant evening.
Everyone says the future is strange, but I